No, not really, no. I'm wondering if he's maybe got some fun stuff with like some berserk potion or something like that going on. Like, I'm really curious to see what he picked it into Timbersaw. Like, mind control is going to get detonated in most of these fights as this front line, and they're pretty limited on their disables when I'm looking at it. Like, his concoction is one of their only stuns besides the coil, which is a little bit of a concern. Battling going down here.
They really are. Right? I mean, Aston spray the blast onto S4, bringing him low, but the shackles are out onto the IO, and GH, he's going to be the first to fall. S4 does end up going down. It's Alliance that wants to claim the first blood.
It's a 5. It's actually just like a 5v5 right now. Alliance is respecting it though. They're like, dude, we actually don't fight under acid spray. The acid spray plus like the whirling axe is slow. It's a little bit too much for them. They're actually gonna do it as they have some pretty useless level 1 heroes that just auto attack. It's profit for the moment. Okay, yeah, very interesting draft coming out. Nigma seems like it's a little bit of a blast from the past, right? Besides the Alchemist pick, because they've got this IO Pugna duo support. It'd be interesting to see what they can make of this.
I think he's looking at exceptionally dead here with the blocking from the treants, and Handsken coming across to have a look in. Limmp is going to be able to get that last hit upon him. He wanted to stick around and contest for the rune, costing him his life there, KuroKy. Kills to start here for Alliance. We are, of course...
both mid laners do get themselves
kill,
so that's nice for them.
No.
Okay, I mean, I'm really curious to see what's going on here, because we have a lot of like fun, you know, with the Pugna, with the IO, these two, the amount of healing that they can actually do is really interesting. And also, the Wraith King up top, he's a hero that we talk about that can be kind of fragile, especially because you have this very low armor. Maybe this is what they're thinking with the acid spray, to just put some pressure onto him. I don't know, it's very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how much FNG can do on the Prophet to sort of create space in a safe area for Nikobaby up top. But indeed, maybe mind control can sort of just be that much of a nuisance to slow that farm down.
Weeha's 10 stacked right now in mid lane.
I mean, he's chilling. I guess, you know, with the orb and the shift, he feels like there's no real threat from Limmp as he hangs around.
He's got this 16-1 charges already built up too, because he got that first blood. He was able to build it immediately, so he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on the CS as well. 7 for 2 against the 3 for 1 on the first few waves.
Anyway.
And, just being able to get to that mid lane a lot sooner than Limmp was, with Limmp spending time going for the Kuro kill. And we are able to start the lane off with it in a preferential area, getting it blocked onto his high ground.
Yeah, these lanes actually look pretty solid for Nigma. I was a little concerned at first, but they got these great matchups. The Puck versus the Batrider is a pretty good one. They have the Troll versus the Timber, so he's not feeling too pressured. Sure, S4 is gonna he's gonna have some freedom down here to pretty much get everything, but the Troll is gonna be able to farm just fine, just like Kyle was meant to panel. He's got the IO back up too, so it should be pretty nice. So yeah, some good lane setup for Nigma. We'll see how Alliance, if they want to switch anything up, or just use FNG's teleportation to about those rotations. But yeah, I mean, this acid spray is actually going to work up top. Maybe sitting low.
Yeah, there's some nice pressure. And from my control as this offlane Alchemist, I mean, what sort of build are you expecting? You know, what sort of route does he go down?
I'm not 100% sure, really. I thought it was going to be something like maybe just giving some ags to people and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure. Maybe just medallion beforehand. Maybe he goes for a blink so they have some form of addition besides the puck. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen this like once or twice in pubs and oop, it's dead. FNG.
He's got the salve, so he'll be able to keep himself in lane, but some pressure from FNG there, alleviating the sort of pressure that Nigma's trying to put onto Nikobaby up top, and Nikobaby keeping his farm on track and on par with Miracles. Both carries right now having a fine old time in their safe lanes, neither receiving too much pressure right now.
Yeah, and during the first 2 waves, like we were talking about, they were doing good pressure, but acid spray is expensive. So these first 3 usages he used of it, he's completely has to fully back away because then he's beating on him. Now he has bottle, but Nikobaby's already fully sustained, fully healed up, and he should be just fine top to keep farming. CS pretty perfect.
Seeing the mid lane matchup, continue to have the solid lead here. We are 19 for 3 against the 10 for 6. Down bottom, GH and Miracle looking to try and run down Handsken. Get the slow, GH getting in position to block him off and allow Miracle to close the gap. Very far is popped though. Handsken also shot at the tree, and that it's not going to quite save him. Miracle still able to find the kill there, chucking the axes out and taking down Handsken. But a good attempt for the Shaman to try and hide his way out there.
Yeah, and they even put down a sentry on the side of Nigma to try to see past him. Up top, mind control getting...
Dire's courier has been
don't have a stun
killed.
for some time, but he's pretty slow.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He looks, unless he can get the deny to the neutrals. Oh.
The auto push though. Nikobaby's waiting. He's just gonna smack him.
Oh, but the disarm! Kuro's trying to stop him with the Decrepify. It's not gonna work though. Decrepify comes to an end, and Nikobaby still able to take down mind control. Mid lane, Limmp getting aggressive onto We Are. He's gonna pop the stick charges. Does have a phase shift, but he's ticking down too many stacks in Napalm. Limp's able to burn him out. A big kill for Limmp in a lane where We Are was coming out on top and farm.
It's expected to have this. The Batrider kind of threatens these type of kills if you make a mistake on the puck, but the puck usually wins those last hits. Yeah, Limmp finally able to get that. And it is after the fact that Weehaw was able to get the rune up top and get boots delivered, which is huge. You look at Limmp, he doesn't have boots, he didn't get the rune for himself, so he just pushed his lip for that kill.
What a miracle. He just, I mean, this javelin, look at this build. This straight branches, circlet. I'm getting a javelin. I mean, it gets him the kill there. Having that extra bit of damage proccing. You know, he doesn't do that with any other sort of itemization here at 5 minutes in. But Miracle, with this straight javelin rush, able to solo kill the Timber like this.
Mid lane GH, he'll go down, he shows some space. And yeah, I mean, this javelin build, this rush Maelstrom is going to be pretty cool, honestly. Of course, because he's playing versus the Timber, it's so effective, but he's playing with an IO. IO amps spell damage now when he's tethered up, so this Maelstrom, it's going to be pumping damage in the fights if he is tethered. That's kind of cool.
Maelstrom really is sort of just back on the menu across the board, it feels, in this patch, right? A lot of carries seeing this as this is back as the item you get. It's sort of everything, right? Fighting, farming, it does it all. And it's back in a good position now, this patch. DD Rune. Who's going to be able to grab that. Handsken in position to stop. We are going for it, but we are try and take it. That's going to cost him his life there. Nice move from Handsken. Ready and waiting for We Are to jump for the rune. And able to get the kill, and just really propelling Limp's game. Limmp now 4-0-1, dominating on mid Batrider.
And it's important for him to have this too, because it works so well with the draft that they have too. They can start to apply so much pressure if he does have this good game, which he is, with their Shadow Shaman, with their Nature's Prophet lineup. They can look to siege, they can look to take buildings down early, and he can join in with these early boots of travel that he's going to have done in the next few moments. Very nicely done from Limmp.
Good farming, he's going to be able to get the double stack hit. And yeah, bots we're definitely going to see a very good timing here. And unless Nigma's able to make some sort of movement towards the middle, invade this jungle, and find Limmp. But with the heroes they have, I don't really see that happening, right? Limp's going to be pretty unpressured.
Yeah, they don't have stuns. They have the coil and an unstable concoction until way later on. They have the root, sure, from here. But it's going to be limited for them to be able to set stuff up. Bottom line is going to be given mid. And yeah, bottom, they're trying to pressure this tower.
Yeah. Weehaw can find the coil and they can move Miracle into position. They should have the damage to take down S4. And it's taking a bit of time, and S4's playing it safe, not allowing Weehaw to be able to close the gap in on him.
So careful, look at that positioning. Just drops the chakram at almost max distance. Trying to slow down this wave. They're pinging it. They look like they probably want to slow this down. FNG is actually the one pinging it, so he's captain, maybe making a call here. He's actually going to make the call to go mid and pressure that one with instead of trying to stop the pressure down bottom. Be careful. Weehaw's near.
Weehaw checking out for the... I say that Kuro already picked it up.
He's got mind control bottle in there, so I'm really curious to see what mind control is going to build up. It's still early, so we don't get to see it yet. He's got just like phase boots, and I'm wondering if he's going to go for buffing up his troll. I think that has to be the case.
Yeah, you can't go greedy right as the offlane out.
No.
Can you? It's got to be some sort of utility item to help the team, whether it be just with the early auras, as you say, something to directly place upon the troll.
I hope it's burst potion. I don't even know if that thing's good. It doesn't seem that great, but it's cool dispel and some 400 heal over 10 seconds. So I mean, if he throws that on the IO or something, I don't know. Like, we'll see what he ends up. I've yet to see a reserve potion. That's bottom.
They're gonna go for it. Dream core down. They're able to find S4. Miracle is in. Of course, with this now, he usually has enough damage with the procs to take down S4. So quick moves, and again, the move that they have been looking for a while, because it definitely seems like the easiest play for Nigma to make right down here. When S4 is too far forward, a coil and a troll, that'll get the kill every time.
Yeah, they gotta. Limmp has to start making the action down here, because you have such a good.
I mean, they know he's got no ult now, right? They know that Miracle went on the aggressive onto S4, so he is weak. He's not got anything to save himself. With the last drop from Limmp, they'll be able to find the kill in return for losing S4 early.
I was about to say too, he doesn't have a Coil Blade on Troll versus Nature's Prophet, immediately queues it up right after that move, so. Nikobaby top. Good to get Mind Control. Mind Control's getting some nice gold out of these skeletons right here, just running in circles. Maybe we'll survive.
So we yet to reveal what he wants to buy. Sure, we are going to have the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Diagram just maybe setting up in case there was going to be any altercation around these 10-minute bounty runes, but in case,
a prize.
They're able to claim there too.
And he can bring Miracle back to save his TP as well, so he doesn't have to waste it for bottom. Now Miracle's gonna have a TP available if they make a play elsewhere. So that's kind of a cool move by GH. FNG up in the ult, looking to get some type of aggression here.
Miracle does have chance up again. It's hard to make a move into these two. Alliance having the numbers. More TPs coming in from Nigma. They want to try and fight this. Handsken out with the TP. We drop the coins. Having to find the Shaman. They'll take the kill. Not the biggest, but still nonetheless. The same time, bit of dive coming in mid to S4. Pushing Kuro back, giving FNG the space to start beating down on the tier 1. TP come through from Mind Control. S4 trying to find the kill onto KuroKy. Very low here. Kuro. Turn, Mind Control, finding the stun onto FNG. FNG opted the TP out, and he's away. Not enough burst to kill him off. Alliance, they poke and they prod. They get a reaction. Nigma bringing 4 heroes into the mid. Keep their tower alive.
All the attention away from Nikobaby. He's able to just get this absolute full free farm during all of this. So we see that Nigma, they really want to push forward to get something out of this rotation.
Gold here for Nikobaby. Straight face into the Radiance rush. No Midas in this build up today. As yeah, he's definitely getting away with it. 2,600 gold in towards the relic at 11 minutes in. Some solid time. Down is certainly going to help. Kuro at least able to find the deny. So looks there for the relocate to come in onto Nikobaby. See what sort of help he gets coming in. It's already a TP. They're starting to back away, and he gets popped by the Wrath there.
Radiant's top tower is under
getting
attack.
hit by one of the last bounces. Done by FNG.
From the coil, S4, what sort of help he's got? He has got it. Limp's here with the last go. He's able to drag Miracle up onto the cliff. Miracle a bit tethered. Bit of heals coming out from GH, but it isn't enough. Miracle goes down. GH also in trouble as he's trying to run. Nikobaby's made his way over to the mid lane to get involved, and he'll claim the kill. The crit comes out. As Alliance 10-5, 3k lead. Some of the moves from Nigma being punished in bottom. These boosted travel. He's just ready to go anywhere that he needs to. Mind Control does have the ultimate. But that's a bit of a boost to help him run away. Limp's going to still continue to try and chase him with the Firefly. He's going to have the damage to get the kill. He runs down Mind Control. He's going to be able to pick up another Limmp 7-0-2 on this bat.
You're dead! He is absolutely owning. Just moving everywhere, just getting every kill for his team, and it's such a good game for the bat too. Like versus the Troll, as we've seen now multiple times. It's always going to be the case. This Batrider versus Troll, always one of his kryptonites. Yeah, Limmp is really proving that right now. 4k advantage. Nikobaby just pretty much has the relic done. They even have their Vlads on their support. 5-position Nature's Prophet. This is good stuff for Alliance and exactly what they drafted them. Yep. As the panel said, it's very wonky, it's very different. It's all played out. He's got the blink, so that is going to be the case.
Okay.
Some extra form of initiation, but See if it's able to do much of anything, because they are really falling behind.
Yeah, it's just been a few sort of rough movements from Weehard the last few times. I mean, you know, if they're dropping that Dream Coil to try for the kill on S4 and they don't actually get it, you know, it's going to hurt. They've got to find some big play with the ult, and they're going to try for it now. Smoke up from Nigma.
You got to try something, because he's also, look at the levels. Weehard just hit level 9. Limmp is about to hit 13. So, you know, he's gotten some coil kills, but it's been mostly on like supports and stuff like that. He needs to get a bigger one here as they run into the Wraith King, but that's not the target in this area that we can go for.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As Nikobaby, he's got the goal for the Relic now. So Relic secured here, 14 minutes. Bottom, GH, Hand Miracle again. They're getting Handsken. I mean, he's the one that's been, well, he's sort of half the deaths here on Alliance's side. Not that Alliance is going to be too bothered about that at all. I'm more than happy for Handsken to die out in these risky positions, as long as their carries are getting space, and they really are. I mean, sure, S4 earlier did suffer those few deaths in the lane, but now with the Hood and the levels, he's a lot harder of these to tackle. We saw previously that attempt with Dream Coil, it wasn't enough. Any sort of backup that S4 gets, and he's going to be fine. And he'll always get that with FNG and Limmp having that ability to easily TP around the map and be there to build up the numbers. It's not very easy for Nigma to just drop all their ults on one hero and expect to get it before a reaction's there from Alliance.
No, definitely not. It's so scary with how farmed Limmp is. It's a bot's BKB bad. With other small items, he's level 13, it's 15 minutes in. Like, Miracle's level 10. He has so many opportunities now to go for this troll and has no worries, because not only is there very limited because of that BKB too, he can just beeline at him.
Yeah, they're coming in with this wraparound Alliance Limmp. They're split them up there with bounce, able to break the tailor, grab control over the water side, heads as well from Handsken to make sure the Miracle is not going to get joined across immediately. GH still finally able to find the tenders to their pegs, comes to an end. Miracle having to punt the battle chance early here to survive and stand his ground. S4's able to chain away though. They do still get the 2 kills on the backlines. Mind control, clears up 2. GH, tether out to the side, the heal as well from Kuro. They're keeping GH alive. As S4 and Limmp, they're trying to chase. Not going to be able to get the catch on him or anything else. And Mind Control, he's got another concoction building up. See if he's able to get in range. Not quite able to do so. Can't close in with the blink.
Top tower is under
good
attack.
kickback from Nigma. They, of course, do still lose Miracle, but at least this time round, they are able to take 2 kills with them. Mind Control getting the kills there. And in terms of the builder, he's just going straight for the BKB after the blink, making sure that at all costs he's going to be able to frontline in these fights and get off these big concoctions without Alliance being able to trip him up with the disables.
Okay, that's cool. It also protects him a lot versus S4, because Alchemist is, as we all know, your food versus Timbersaw. So that'll give him a little bit of protection. And he's maybe feeling like it too, because what is it? It's 3 deaths now for Miracle. They see all the attention being put on him. And during all this, they killed the mid tower and they killed the bottom tower. And Nikobaby, like we said, having absolute freedom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's the Wraith King.
Structures are fortified.
That's been talked about. That's pretty well in this match. And Nikobaby having a pretty textbook beginning hit. 2-0-1 and all the space in the world. Doing it one-handed as well.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
See, looks very, very chilled and relaxed, Nikobaby. I mean, I think he feels it. He knows that this opening couldn't really be going any better for him as the carry. And he's also going to be well aware that his team has done a pretty good job of slowing down Miracle's game with the attention that they're sending his way.
Yeah, I mean, he better be, you know, just pat on the back to Limmp. Performance so far is 7-0-3. Limmp getting close to an Aether Lens as well next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe building into Nocturne later on, but yeah, they're getting a bit more out of the map. It still does feel on the side of Alliance, and I'm wondering what Nigma's next timing is when they look to do something, because Weeha continues to fall further behind. Still only level 10. Saying Batrider up to level 15.
Pretty much having the Aether Lens complete, Limmp.
Interesting.
Radiant's bottom tower
coming out
is under
from
attack.
He has not been slowed down at all.
Doesn't feel like much of I mean, Alliance is literally just playing the super farm game right now. Everyone's hitting somewhere on creeps. Enigma's not actually able to really pressure them at all. Especially with the heroes, like we said, it's no stuns. It's really just like the coil has to be there, the Alchemist has to be there for them to make a play.
Yeah, and on Nigma, I mean, yeah, Miracle, despite the 3 deaths, he is still farmed. This quick maelstrom that he was able to get, he's getting the items out, S&Y, and looking for that BKB next. Top lane, we are. Has been caught, but Contra does come out straight away onto Shaman. Gives time for VR to jump off the side. S4 tries to chase, but he won't be able to finish the kill. Now S4 trailing his connection back over towards Mind Control. The shot comes out. Nikobaby's into the crease. Mind Control trying to run. He's going to have another potion ready to throw. Builds it up. Miracle in on top of the Timbersaw. Rainbow knocks him away from the Timbersaw. Providing to make for the time. As he bursts down, Weehaw ends up on the front lines. Another kill for Limmp, and now Alliance. They're going to just try and chase Nigma out of it. Miracle and Kuro, they've sort of been left behind here. Is there anything they could do to turn it? The Hex out onto KuroKy as Kuro continue to get the stacks up on a Miracle. Miracle having to put the foul chance to have any chance of standing his ground. It's getting close to bringing down S4, and he might just do it. He's able to do so. Will get the kill onto S4, but it still looks like it's Alliance with the big cleanup. A great fire blast comes down onto Miracle. A third kill is found, and Mind Control has the ult back up, but shackles are there from Handsken, locking him down as Alliance will clean up yet another. As Nikobaby turns up in style, getting involved in the action now, and as soon as he's had this Radiance and Blink Dagger done, he's already well on the way to the next item thanks to that sort of fight.
Look how much damage he did at the Wraith King. 6,100 damage done by Nikobaby there. As soon as the Batrider turns up, it's full panic from Nigma just trying to get away. We had, like, honestly, he lived a little bit longer than I thought he would because of that haste and the nice bailout from Mind Control, but yeah, we're just seeing overwhelming pressure and overwhelming dominance in the fights. Alliance looking real clean here. And they couldn't even take him down to once. They weren't even close. That is a big concern. We're seeing some damage issues, and we're just seeing Miracle can't actually stick on targets. He's able to stick on S4, but that's it because he gets the battle trance and the roots off. They don't have control for these heroes. Very difficult for the next while until Miracle has easier ways to protect himself too. Until they have multiple BKBs, it really feels like it's going to be Alliance all the way in all these fights.
Mind Control talking about the BKBs has his done. But, just going to go towards that AC next up.
I'm so curious as to the reasoning of why they went for the Alch. If he's just doing this type of build, I mean, the Acid Spray must have been something about like defending tower pushes and stuff like that too, because they're versus all this push and I guess that low armor. But I'm really curious. I'm really curious about it.
Alliance setting up for the tier 2 bottom. Nigma.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Push they can bring in and return up top. No, nowhere near as quick though. It is down of Alliance. The ward's going to drop down. Tier 2's taken out. The concoction, Mind Control, does he want to go for this? He does. He's in, but Handsken is ready and waiting. They've got the chain locked up with the Hex with the shackles. There's going to be no chance for BKB usage from Mind Control as
hunting for Nikobaby with the reload bottom and both heroes up top.
I mean, Nikobaby's sort of standing there. He's like, okay, I'll fight. He just turns. I mean, GH of course will relocate back out of there, back into the hands of Handsken and FNG. But just a bit of a split-up mess there from Nigma, costing them a couple of lives. And again, just putting them in a position now with 2 heroes down that they've just got to avoid the lines. Miracle, he's going to be found. The Scarlet's coming out on the 2 of them. There's a buyback to GH. Out onto Miracle, cuts his way back to safety. Will try and turn towards Nikobaby, but the stuns are there. Into the last one. They drag back the troll. They're able to take him out. Miracle's down for 50. The shackles out onto GH. GH brought back for this. And he's dead straight away. Nikobaby moves towards the high ground. He's forcing them back. Mind Control's going to try and step forward, but he can't do anything against this Wraith King. Nikobaby goes over towards Kuro. They get the Wraith King once, but he's back with the second life. Nikobaby, and the fight will continue to just considerably go in favor of Alliance as they take down 4-5 heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has
and they're ready to just go high ground. It's 23-9, 15k lead at 23 minutes in. And you know, I sort of asked the question at the start: do Nigma have a plan against the Wraith King? This wasn't a great plan.
No, it was not. I mean, the Wraith King is Nikobaby's having this whole free time, but I mean, Limmp is just.
Radiant's
I think
bottom tower is under
Limmp
attack.
is just literally taking over the whole game. All of his lassos have pretty much led to a perfect kill in those situations. He's just ruined Miracle. It's 5 deaths And I think, what, 4, maybe 5 of those are lassos. He's just every single time getting grabbed.
He's been getting it perfectly. And in a game as well where he's been doing it very nicely around
under attack.
The movements of GH. GH trying to do his best to sort of help Miracle live through it all. Being able to separate them very nicely. It's sort of him in the combination really with Handsken. Handsken coming in with some very nice hexes and shackles to just make sure that Nigma's not really able to help each other. Alliance just doing a perfect job of prioritizing individual targets and stopping Nigma from being able to get a team fight together.
Yeah, and it might be the more common build now, of course, for Limmp, you know, that bots BKB build, but just how good it is, right? Instead of like a bots blink or something, that's made a more old meta thing, this build just is destroying. The lineup is, they're smoked up looking for this head-on fight. BKB on Miracle.
Let's see what I can find. Mike Chop is going to start things up. Straight away, on Timbersaw. They've got enough damage though. Lasso being used to drag the Alk off the side on the backline. Nikobaby straight on top of GH. Kid trying to get onto the side. He's able to get out with the relocate. Handsken the first to fall this fight. The rest of life, even just before them, they're going to continue to push on. Mike Chop being focused by Nikobaby. Will manage to turn top of the concoction, holding back the raging. X4 does get taken out by We Are Junction. That final bit of reverse. They walk down the raging at once. Niko can they do it a second time? They're looking towards him. Another concoction there from Mike Chop. The stun lands. And they'll bring down the Wraith King. FNG and Cryo escape. The silence comes out from Weeha. Nigma punch back.
Tower is under attack.
Okay, alright. We were just giving the hype up for Limmp. He actually lasted the Alk, and I feel like it gave Miracle opportunities to really go berserk in this fight, and they split it up so nicely. They actually were able to isolate this Wraith King on the south side after taking out S4, and Miracle,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Straight into the pit. No contest here from Alliance. Alliance losing a serious chunk of the advantage that they've built up in this early big game. As Nigma still playing on the back foot, but closing that gap with that sort of fight.
Man, look at that immediate tip from KuroKy on the Limmp right after the lasso does go out. Miracle keeping up with that farm. He still has a couple cores that are pretty far behind. They need to keep this up. They need to get another couple fights like that successful, and they could actually turn this one around.
I mean, what do you think sort of changed up Limp's game plan in that fight? Why do you feel that he felt pressure to go for the lasso on the Alk rather than save it for the troll situation like he has been doing previously?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They were both like standing right next to each other, and it was like maybe he tripped up, honestly, because I felt like that was a pretty clear one where he was going to lasso Miracle and pull him very far out of the fight.
Considerable swing back towards Nigma after that closing big bit of that lead, as you can see here on the graph. The Alliance had been solidly building up for the first 25 minutes of this game.
Definitely shake their boots a bit there. Nikobaby also at the start of the fight, his reincarnate was not almost back up, so he was playing a little bit in and out. Now he's got the level 18, he's got this fast frequency, they've got level 20 also on the Batrider. And now they're looking to get involved, and they're looking to go for a fight. Even though they're into Aegis, they're still feeling strong. They were the ones jumped on completely that last time. If they can get any type of advantage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
a
attack.
sentry.
See what jump they can find. Kuro being pinged out, but S4 not wanting to make a commitment onto him. Nikobaby, he will though. Straight into the Brave 5 blast. Kuro's out, a couple of hits. Mike Charles building up the concoction. He's going to look for the target, throws it out onto Nikobaby to hold him back over the side. Handsken, he's got the lockdown onto Miracle. Miracle bringing the edge straight up. Dreamco's going to be dropped down onto the two of them. Mike Charles. Miracle's ready for round 2. They take down Handsken. Mike Charles heads over towards S4. But the bat is in trouble here as Limp's BKB comes to an end. Miracle's able to slow him down. Mike Charles over another concoction stuns up Limmp. They take down a second big kill in this fight. As Alliance, they've got to be careful. Weeha still able to keep himself alive. Nikobaby turns over with Mike Charles, but Miracle keeps him with the BKB ready to go. The control's there. He beats down Nikobaby at once. Can he do it a second time? He's surrounded by these trees. Miracle's still able to put the ult, but if he kites into the zone doing pushing his sector. Is it long enough though? Miracle, he's life stealing up, not enough. Final whirling death from S4 finishes him off.
And look at bottom during all of it. FNG took a Rax, by the way. He actually the whole time was just split push his route, creating greater treants and solar cresting them, and it took out the Rax during the fight.
Behold!
FNG.
I was trying to watch between the two of them, but that was pretty huge from FNG. Big Weehawk to just continue the push, and Nikobaby actually got kited a little bit there from Weehawk, but I mean, this is a huge win for Alliance. They were the ones able to get that initiation, get that quick kill on Miracle, and just keep the fight going while doing it 4v5.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We are seeing Nigma coming out with a decent fight in return to what Alliance has been bringing, but it just feels like it may have come a little too late. That whole early period of the game where Nigma just weren't able to make moves like they're starting to show signs of now, but obviously doing so from behind is proving to be very difficult.
Yeah, and the fact that they have Miracle, who's this absolute beast, but look at the rest of the heroes. FNG is a higher, like almost the same net worth as everybody else on the team.
Yeah.
He's this 5
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So he's absolutely massive, and it's really showing.
See what the move's going to be next from Nigma. How we're seeing on mind controls. See, getting close.
Nice pick up there for Limmp. He has his Octarine, of course, as we said from earlier. He's going for Shivas, and he finds himself a quickening charm. More cooldown reduction for this beautiful lasso that has been oh so important. Continue to apply this pressure here. Not letting
Nikobaby, he's in. He's going to jump straight over towards G8. G8 is getting put up by Pugna. It's not long enough though. The follow-up comes in from the line. But they do lose the range towards really trying to spot. They put the control out to Miracle, but they don't have the damage. Miracle able to lift through the lasso, through the barrel charge. They'll send him up in the air with the walls. Mind control is going to do knock to the side. Miracle, he's turning over towards Limmp, but he'll still go down. As the ult comes to an end, Alliance will kill him off. Same time in the mid lane, Treant's going to work, claiming a second lane of racks as FNG pushes on with his summons. Mind control is trying to slow this down. He's actually going to end up stunning himself. The defensive decrepit fight is offered. Mass buybacks coming out from Nigma to push back Alliance.
He lives with 10 HP. Man, this build, I saw this, of course, people were talking about this in NA. I think Jenkins made a video and everything, but these greater treants from the Sprout are actually they're so devastating. It applies so much pressure on the split push. And in the middle of the fight, too, the racks while they're actually fighting.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
FNG's, pressure.
Visibility.
So hard for Nigma to deal with.
Seeds of fortune.
Look at these things. Look, he's sending 2 greater treants in right now for the racks. 1600 HP, 108 damage each.
I mean, they can't get it, surely.
They hit hard.
Radiant's courier has been
they got it. They got it.
Radiant's middle
Alright, you're right. They're pretty damn strong, those treants.
Radiant
easily able to finish off the racks as Nigma not able to kill them in time.
Now they have an even bigger advantage, a lot more gold to work with, and I mean, we didn't get to touch too much on all these things when we started picking up the pace, but the itemization so far has been phenomenal. S4 with his Yule's usage too, he's just been breaking for Miracle. He pops the battle trance, immediately gets thrown in the air over and over again. They've been doing a really good job of putting all the focus onto that troll and just making sure there's no ways to bail him out or anything like that.
Yeah, as long as they can mess with Miracle, I mean, they know, right? He's the one player that's going to kill them all on this hero. The others, it's a lot of sort of control and a little bit of damage over time, but when it comes to the side, Miracle they have to worry about, and being able to focus him very, very well in these last few fights. Even with the itemization of having the SMY and the BKB, it's helping Miracle a little bit, but just not enough at this point, as this game's still very hard to establish.
Oh, I just noticed this too. I guess FNG, while he was killing the racks, he killed the courier with the AC from Mind Control. It's like, I thought Mind Control was closer to this. So they actually don't have that for another minute or so. Minute and 30 seconds. FNG on point this game as this 5 position. 4-2-16, like top 5 net worth.
He's having a great time. He's certainly making a case for, Nature's Prophet to once again really be on your radar when you're playing against Alliance.
that is very good call, especially with those true. Alliance sitting around the area here, just kind of keeping them confined in their base. I'm seeing Limmp with his Octarine, his quickening charm, and oh, look at that bottle. He's got a nice arcane rune at the ready when he wants to go join him.
Yeah, for Nigma, I mean, what would you say the plan is? Are you trying to get out with the smoke? It seems so hard to make an aggressive play with FNG doing what he's doing against the base and against your lanes. You know, it just feels like the game's never in a state that it's going to really allow you to get out. You sort of just got to wait for Alliance to come to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, and all their waves are always going to be forced in just because of this Nature's Prophet, and with the way Alliance has just been pressuring in general. And even then too, it's like their heroes just don't really do that. You know, the IO Pugna supports, it's pure defensive. These guys just sit there and heal. It has to be my control or Weehaw to go set up, and they really need all their abilities. Pretty much take out any of these heroes that aren't the support. It's tanky. Alliance playing it cool and calm, waiting for this Roche, keeping that Trinity in there. It'll expire. Oh, seconds for Roche. He's probably going to scan that out right away.
To play the waiting game here, Nigma. Allowing Alliance to continue to just get away with what they want out on the map. 18k lead, and of course we'll just continue to grow whilst Nigma really have to play the waiting game. Finding it very difficult to do anything outside the walls of their base.
Yeah, Miracle Armor Farm, so he can at least finish up the Abyssal Blade, so he's got that extra fighting power. To also jump out of the Sprout, because I've seen him a couple of times now. He sprouted some of the fights. Nikobaby the once. Is he gonna go for that? Actually gonna give it to FNG. Okay.
All right.
Go!
He's the carry now.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got the gold and KDA to show for it. And, you know, now he can sort of get involved himself, you know, no longer just needing to send the greater treants up to the front, he can stand there too. And if they do go for him there, they're going to at least take a lot of time to put a stop to the split pressure he's applying.
Limmp now has his Blink Dagger, so they have that tool to grab him out of their base. Didn't really have before. Really enable Alliance to continue and end this game more than likely pretty soon.
Definitely getting territory of, unless Alliance makes some big mistakes, very hard to sort of see a way out of this for Nigma.
Yeah, they're getting so much on everybody is really the thing. Like, Handsken's gonna have a BKB soon. We see S4's about to have a Hex quite soon too. Like, everyone's just getting I'm gonna make the jump, but he is gonna die.
Instantly taken down. And Kuro as well. Couple of hits, Kuro's gone. Treants at the same time, of course, pushing in on the top lane, taking the tier 3. There's a buyback will come out from Weehaw. The base.
Wow. I still got a lot of gold. Wow, that's a lot of gold for being on the 25k deficit team.
Especially in games where, as you say, there's that much of a network difference. You still get some sizable gold being given out to a team that is as far ahead as they are.
Yeah, but we see Alliance is kind of threatening the mid-tier sword and FNG one press the top Raider Treants. Look at them go. Gets 300 damage on the Raider Press. 3 heroes in there.
I mean, there's just too many things for Nigma to try and deal with right now. Each time they're slowing it a little bit. That's 4. What's going on here? With the Abyssal as well, he might have a chance to chill him. Oh, he's got the stealth kill. The other breaks himself away. He's out behind the chest. The root is there. S4 will fall. Nigma able to take down the Timbersaw, but they've lost Kuro. We are getting the coil in style down to Handsken. Miracle trying to step across to the shackles of theirs. Handsken holds Miracle at a distance. That goes up. He's got the control onto Miracle. Miracle is able to put the power chance in time. He's charging in on towards Limmp. Limmp. And the fuels hit from S4. Fighting Miracle up. Killing off the rest of Nigma's backlines one by one. It's a triple kill for him. As with 3 dead, no buyback. We should be getting on the verge of them tapping out, and there it is. Nigma call it GG is there, and Alliance with a very impressive look here in game 1. They really had some showstoppers this time. Limmp on his back, FNG, the man himself there on the Prophet. They came to play, and no messing around.